I am Michael and I am 50 years old. I want to share my experience of doing what turned out to be a long fast, up to 40 days, of water only. I want to share what I learned from research papers and also from my own experience, so other people can have their views on this point. So just to give some content to who I am, I have worked in corporate life. Most people probably say, including myself, had a fairly stressful life, and then a couple of years ago decided that to try and find out a different way of living, and been on a bit of a journey there. I would say, generally speaking, I'm 6'2". When I started the fasting, I was 85 kilo, which, if you're interested in BMI, gives me a BMI of just around 25. And I would say I had a very inconsistent health lifestyle that could lead to very unhealthy food, but also lead to very healthy food. And I did exercise. I could do, a longer run of 10-15 kilometers on a regular basis. But I would say not the most fittest, but not unfit either. So there in between. I've been asked many times why I did this, and the truth is, it was a bit of a coincidence. I'd like to start by saying I have been fasting on and off for maybe over 5 years, but it's been like very short fast. I started the one with the 12 hours, I did a full day and all of those things. And I then started doing like a week's fasting and learning from that. And as part of that, I looked up and I checked in, and then I looked into this thing which on the internet is referred to as a long fast, which is 21 days. And it interested me because people really said that after a week it becomes really easy to fast. You are in this different state, you are more relaxed, you don't get as stressed or anything. You are in a kind of a spiritual state, which is what I wanted to experience. So that's what I started with the intention of doing. But while doing the longer fast, I was also doing some research and reading up. And there was two things that took my interest. One was from a scientific point of view. I think it was in 2016, someone got the Nobel Prize for identifying something called autophagy, or even how it's pronounced is many discussions about. But the thing of that is that when you're fasting, your body seems to be doing a bit of spring cleaning. You're basically giving your body a rest to make it fix itself. So it will clean like damaged cells and other things. Still lots not completely sure about exactly what it does, and we'll get into that later. And the other reason was also, I read, spiritual. Pretty much all religion has a fasting element to them. And the one in Christianity, if you look at the Bible, it very much refers to 40 days of fasting. I think it refers to it about 8 times in the Bible. But other religions also have it. The Muslims have the interim fasting, the Ramadan, where they only eat at night. And there's other versions of this also in Hinduism and within Buddhism of doing it. So I also find it interesting from, as I said, this spiritual journey.